Okay, on these problems, I'm just going to show you how you go about working out a molecular mass problem. You need to follow my procedure exactly, and you won't go wrong. On this one, we have calcium phosphate. So the first thing that you have to do on this is you have to write the correct binary compound. So calcium symbol is Ca, phosphate is PO4. Now the oxidation number for calcium is +2, phosphates is -3. So we're going to have to do a cross, so that'd be Ca3 and PO4 in parentheses 2. So that's our first step, is to get the binary compound done. So that's old stuff that we've done. What we're going to do next is we're going to now count how many we have. So what we do on this compound is I just go and I list the elements found. So I've got calcium, I've got phosphorus, and I have oxygen. And then I'm going to count up the number of atoms. So I have 3 calcium. Phosphorus, I have 2 times 1 is 2. And oxygen, I have 2 times 4 is 8. And then my next step is to look up the molecular or the atomic mass number of each of these elements on my periodic table, and I'm going to round it. So calcium, if I look it up on the periodic table, is 40. Phosphorus is 31. Oxygen is 16. And I round those to a whole number. Now, there are only 2 that you don't round, and those are, again, chlorine and copper, and they would be a 0.5, but since they're not in here, we don't have to worry about it. Then I just simply have to do my math. So in the math, 3 times 40 is 120. 2 times 31 is 62. And 8 times 16 is 128. Calculators come in real handy at this point. Then all I have to do is add. Again, calculators come in real handy. And I should have 310. Unit is atomic mass unit, a little u, and my answer. That's the molecular mass here. We call that the mole mass of the compound calcium phosphate. Okay, on this one we have the compound aluminum nitride, and I've given you the binary compound. Just double check, aluminum is +3, nitrogen when it's by itself is -3, so they just go together since they add to 0. So what we're going to do is list the elements found in here. So we have aluminum and nitrogen. We count up how many atoms. If there's no number written, we know it's 1. And nitrogen is 1. And then we have to look up on the periodic table the atomic mass number. Aluminum, when we round it, is 27. So 1 times 27 is 27. Nitrogen, we have, if we look it up, it's 14 when we round it. And 1 times 14 is 14. We add the 2 together, we get 41. The unit is the U, standing for atomic mass unit. On this last example, we have a compound called sucrose. Sucrose is 3 elements. It's carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and it's in the proportion of C12, H22, O11. This is common table sugar. Okay, so again, follow the same procedure. List the elements that you see in the compound. So we got carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Then we simply count up the number of atoms. So there's 12 carbons, 22 hydrogens, and 11 oxygens. Our next step is to go to the periodic table and look up the mass number of each and round. Carbon is 12. Hydrogen is 1. and oxygen is 16. Then we multiply. 12 times 12 is 144. Hydrogen, 22 times 1 is 22. And 11 times 16 is 176. We simply add those together and you get 342. And that's the atomic mass unit. Always put a little box around your answer, and that's how you do molecular mass. Use these videos to help you. Your next step is now to do the first 25 problems on your worksheet. Those are practice. There'll be videos that show you the answers as well as just a general answer key if you choose to check it that way.